even the opposite of intelligent to find the only right decision. And today's video is about it. We're going to show you 9 examples of absolutely crazy ideas that worked in real situations. Let's get it on. Mirrors. Viganella is a small Italian village located in the mountains. The village is isolated and received sunlight for only 84 days a year, because the rest of the time, the Italian Alps throw a giant shadow over the place. And what do you think the locals came up with? They all agreed to install a row of huge mirrors to reflect sunlight into the valley. In 2006, the mirror panels controlled by computers were installed, and the people of Viganella forgot about gloom and darkness. Supercomputer. A supercomputer is quite an expensive thing to have. US Air Force laboratory workers decided to build one, but in order to save some money they used, what do you think? 1,760 Sony PlayStation 3 consoles. Yes, you heard me right. 1,760 PlayStation 3s. In their opinion, if you adapt the technology of video games available on the market today, you can easily create a supercomputer. The whole thing cost $2 million, which is 10 or maybe even 20 times less than creating this piece of technology from scratch. Shade balls. Authorities of Los Angeles, USA have made an original decision to prevent water contamination in a local reservoir. The thing is that UV rays along with chlorine and bromine could make this water carcinogenic, so they decided to cover this and other reservoirs with a bunch of plastic balls. Apart from their main function, these balls also help save water from evaporating and prevent algae growth. Volcano. Who would have thought? But the force of volcano eruptions, which usually leads to destruction, is used in Iceland to generate heat and energy. This country's famous for its geysers, its severe frosts, and, as we can see now, its bright mines. Icelandic people decided to take advantage of this underground energy for their own good, and now they use volcanoes' energy to heat up their houses. Nice saving, isn't it? Dolphins. A few years ago, Bao Zhishun was the tallest living man on Earth, and one day he saved 2 dolphins in China using his large arms to remove plastic bags from the animals' stomachs. Veterinarians called this man because they couldn't remove the bags with their instruments. Somehow the animals swallowed some garbage and then refused to eat any food. But Bao Zhishun, with his 3.5-foot long arms, could reach the bottom of their stomachs and help out the poor animals. By the way, until 2009, he was officially the tallest living man on Earth, according to the Guinness Book of Records. Turbine. Turbines are a big deal in Russia. This weird vehicle with a turbine attached to the front is used for snow plowing on the streets and railways of this country. Moreover, turbines from MiG-15 planes use hot blasts to remove ice from other planes while they're waiting on the icy takeoff runway. Sounds a bit strange, but resourceful at the same time, don't you think? Ants. What about ants in medicine?
Definitely different.
For centuries, these insects from the Dorylus genus have been used as, a medical instrument. Before the modern stitching method was invented, some civilizations used this insect's strong jaws to close wound edges. It's believed that this procedure was first used in the first millennium BC and was pretty popular until the 17th century. Drain. Bulawayo is the second biggest city in Zimbabwe, and it recently suffered the consequences of a big drought. After the incident, there wasn't enough water to carry out the liquid waste. Besides, the dry drain started to stink. To everyone's surprise, the solution was really simple. Every citizen had to flush the toilet at the same time for 3 days. If a small stream of water from one house couldn't remove a huge excrement cork, then thousands of simultaneous flushes could create a whole tsunami in the drain and solve the problem. Hug. It happened in the state of Nevada. One schoolteacher risked her own life to stop a 14-year-old teenager that opened fire on his classmates. At 9 o'clock in the morning, after hearing 3 shots, Instead of running away or hiding, the teacher came up right to the shooter and tried to convince him to drop the gun. It's hard to believe, but she simply hugged the boy and told him everything was going to be okay. This way, the shooting was stopped, and although some kids were injured, no one died. We think this is a truly heroic deed indeed.
Amazing!